It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From Amway Center in downtown Orlando, tonight the Orlando Magic taking on the Denver Nuggets. The opening tip won by the Magic, and we're underway on Church Street in downtown Orlando. To Fournier. To Aaron Gordon. Down to 5 on the 24. Deep 2 there, won't go. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be... Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. And Isaiah Thomas, good on the quick release for 3.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide-open 3.
Vucevic, pass stolen by the Nuggets.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know. Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Orlando ball. And the rebound taken in by Thomas. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good. Augustine with the basketball. They're down 3. Pass there, taken away by Denver. Here comes the screen. Thomas. To Gordon. Aaron Gordon stuffs it down.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
To Aaron Gordon. Driving right to the basket. Short jumper off the mark. Yes, Aaron Gordon. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
A guy known for being a slasher earlier in his career, Aaron Gordon's really been working on that jump shot over the last couple of seasons. If he can combine that with a consistent passion for the game, we could see a different player.
Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Add 2 points to the board.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Thomas. Harris's shot won't go. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Thomas to Will Barton. The drive, right to the basket, straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
Yeah, I know Will Barton got some votes for 6th Man of the Year, and he finished 4th in all the balloting. But last year, his stock was at an all-time high, and he posted career-best numbers across the board at 27 years old. It's good to see him play in the NBA the same way he played in the streets of Baltimore growing up.
Thomas to Millsap. Barton driving right to the basket. To Thomas. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. For 3. His first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Fournier. The drive right to the basket. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Thomas into the front court. Margins 8. To Will Barton. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
Yeah, I know Will Barton got some votes for 6th Man of the Year, and he finished 4th in all about him. But last year, his stock was at an all-time high, and he posted career best numbers across the board at 27 years old. It's good to see him play in the NBA the same way he played in the streets of Baltimore growing up.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Denver ball right now. Thomas. Nothing going here on that drive. The shot, almost. In the front court, it's Augustine. His team on top by 8. Screen coming. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. Thomas. They get it down to Mirotic. Rebound pulled in by the Magic. To Vucevic. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark. Murray with it. Down 8. And he hits.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's Orlando's ball. Shot from the lane won't go. Martin into the front court. Down 6. Oh, Nikola Jokic. Missed his first. That one goes.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Thomas across the timeline. Now down 6. Over to the right side. Barton to Thomas. Nothing going here on that drive. That pass stolen by Orlando. Knocks it down off the step back.
Ed, I'm telling you right now, that is the move of an assassin.
It's Denver's ball. To Millsap. Knocked loose. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Will Barton. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Into the game for the Denver Nuggets. Number 1.
Tough make through traffic.
Welcome to the league, young fella. But just because you got a bucket doesn't mean that you don't have to do your rookie chores after the game.
Let the debate begin, Jay. Michael Porter Jr., steal of the draft for Denver.
Last year, we were talking about this kid easily, Ed, easily, by a wide margin, going with the first pick in the draft. This is a gem for the Denver Nuggets.
Good contest. Bart misses. Magic basketball. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
With the basketball. Defense. Down 12.
Defense, let's go.
To Porter. Curling inside. Short jumper stays out. And scores. Strong take. Now the Nuggets signaling for timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
Here's an announcement for the parents in the crowd. Have you considered enrolling your son or daughter into one of our summer basketball camps? Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for the Orlando Magic, number 30.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Good. Off a spin.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Nuggets have the possession. Thomas. Off the assist.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
Grant with the basketball. They lead it by 14. Screen coming. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Thomas into the front court. His guys down big to Porter.
2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He missed it. Deep left corner. Down to 5 on the 24. Fires the three, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble, off a quick pass, or off an ISO. When the ball's in this young player's hands, something just feels right.
Thomas across the timeline. Down a bundle. Porter to Thomas. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark. Mo Bamba. Rejected by Plumlee.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Nuggets have the possession. That's no good.
Look, sometimes it takes a little while to get into the flow of the game. During the next timeout or during the next break in action, take the ball and go shoot it. See the ball go through the net a couple of times.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Unable to connect on the free throw. Murray into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen.
Screen. I got yours.
Down low, Plumlee. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
All by himself, creates his own shot there.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
And a throwdown. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. All magic so far. As we get things started here in the second quarter. Murray into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Porter. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
To Porter. Fine to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
It's no good. If he takes those shots, he'll be back on the bench in no time.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Porter. Now a step back.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Augustine with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Porter. Down low for Harris. Stuffs it down with authority.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Orlando has it.
I got him. Let's go.
Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking?
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Doesn't get the bounce. Augustine with the basketball. His guys leading by 14. Pass there, taken away by Denver. Count the basket inside.
Well, the one thing you don't have to worry about with Michael Porter Jr. is him lacking confidence. Before the NBA draft, he called himself a mix between Kevin Durant, Giannis, and Tracy McGrady. Big shoes to fill.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Stepping in for Denver, number 5, Will Barton.
Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
I got him. My ball.
To Will Barton, 4-3. And the rebound taken by Grant.
Here we go. My ball. I got him.
To Mo Bamba. Not that time.
My ball.
Here comes the screen. To Will Barton. Porter. Beyond the arc for 3. Missed it.
Substitutions, Orlando. Substitutions, Denver.
Gets it in the left corner. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot.
Watch the back. Stop. Box out.
That became tough once he was doubled. Shot denied by Jokic.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Oh, Evan Fournier. He's 2 for 2 now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Denver's got it.
I got mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
To Thomas. Oh, Gordon.
Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Millsap. To Thomas. Fires the 3, and Isaiah Thomas good on the quick release for 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
I got him. Here we go.
Lets it fly from long range. Not going down here. To Thomas.
I got ball.
Millsap. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Jokic to Millsap. Big finish at the rim.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Number 15, Nikola Jokic.
Back up.
Here comes the screen. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. To Thomas. Shot from the lane won't go. To Gordon.
Here we go. I got him. I got him.
Fournier. Tough shot. Well defended. Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Nikola Jokic trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Grant with the basketball. It's an 8-point lead. From long range. Not getting the bounce. Thomas to Millsap. Trying to cash in. Paul Millsap. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
Magic own the possession. Surveys the floor. For three. Second effort. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Millsap. Thomas. They'll work it down to Millsap. Paul Millsap. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Aaron Gordon. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Nuggets with the basketball. Knocked loose. Aaron Gordon stuffs it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Here we go. Here we go.
To Millsap. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Aaron Gordon has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 69% at the line. Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Millsap. Has a chance. Paul Millsap. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
I tell you, he's so special, Ed. He makes the game look easy.
A lot of hard work to make it look easy.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Second effort. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Denver ball right now. Thomas to Jokic. to Thomas.
Remaining in the second quarter.
Isaiah Thomas, now 3 for 9.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
I got ball.
Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
They get it down to Millsap. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Thomas. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Got it.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Denver's ball.
I got ball.
1 minute left in
Thomas to Millsap. Oh, defender pulls the chair. To Fournier. Here's a chance from long range and a putback slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Millsap. Fires the three. Can't connect. It's no good.
Having you at the face, eventually that body will open up. You keep giving up layups like that, boom, a body blow is on the way.
17 ball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
The Magic are up after 2 quarters, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets for the Orlando Magic. The Nuggets have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Denver Nuggets.
game trap. Rebounds.
The Orlando Magic are putting in the kind of effort that doesn't always show up in our top plays, but it can't be said enough how important it is to take control of the boards. That's exactly what this squad has done in this matchup.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway.
Hey, lock
Thomas
up,
with the basketball. Trailing by 15. Nothing going here on that drive. Not that time.
I'm here. I got ball.
Here comes the screen. To Gordon. Oh, he had him there for a second. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. It's good for three.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Now whistle. Timeout for Denver as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Thomas to Millsap. Short jumper won't fall. Here's Orlando with the basketball.
I got ball. I got ball.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
To Porter. Off the assist.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
4-3. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Thomas to Porter. Michael Porter Jr. above the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Nuggets have the possession. Thomas. Probing the defense. Deep left corner. Thomas.
Watch the screen.
To Millsap. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
To Aaron Gordon. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Porter. They'll work it down to Millsap. And throws it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice.
I got ball.
To Vucevic. Cashes in for two.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Fournier. Gordon, pass to the rim. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Thomas into the front court. His guys down big. Millsap to Will Barton. Nothing going here on that drive. Thomas to Jokic. Short jumper misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Fires the three, and the rebound corralled by Jokic. Thomas across the timeline. Down a bundle. Not that time.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you. Me and you.
Gets it in the left corner. Gordon. Five to shoot for Orlando. Lets it fly from long range. Ooh, he'll take that.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To Thomas. From the outside, no good. The follow won't go either.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Goes to the left side. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Thomas.
Hey, switch, I got him.
To Will Barton for three. Oh, he hits the three.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Fournier. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Steps out and hits.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Thomas with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Add 2 points to the board.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Let's go. Pick him up. Pick him up. I got him. Here we go. I got you out. We got you out.
To Fournier. Here's a chance from long range. Evan Fournier in rhythm. Makes it look easy with the three.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
Runner's good there.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Nothing going here on that drive. Tough make through traffic.
Man, I've seen this kid play with some grown men prior to making it to the league. As my old friend would say, same pan, same grease.
Nuggets have the possession.
Defense, let's go.
Jokic. And finishes strong. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions, Denver. Substitutions, Orlando.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
And he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number one, a hezzy. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number two, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number three, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous.
Screen.
Barton to Thomas. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. Grant with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Five to shoot for Orlando. Shot from in close, no good. Martin into the front court. He'll run the offense. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Will Barton.
I'll say this, great young talent, but needs to really start making better decisions and protecting the ball.
Trying to cash in. Shot won't go.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
To Mo Bamba. Fires the three.
To number one. That's his second personal foul.
First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. To Porter. And the finish at the rim.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Thomas to Porter. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
To Mo Bamba. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Denver's got it. Thomas. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become...
Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
I got him.
Thomas. Screen coming.
Pick coming.
The screen sets him up for two.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Count it at the line. Long key from three-quarters court, three-quarters down. So far, all magic. It's magic basketball here as we start the fourth quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
Here comes the screen. Fournier to Mo Bamba.
Light work, eat.
A drive, but he can't get it to go. Nuggets with the basketball. Barton. Five on the shot clock. Going to launch beyond the arc. Good contest. Barton misses. Almost unlucky bounce. 4-3. Smothering D.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Hand in his face, still hits. You don't see that very often.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand. collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Swing coming right, swing coming right.
Denver with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Offensive rebound. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Grant with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead.
Oh, yeah, that's light work. That's light work.
Had a chance, but it's no good.
Because he had no body control. You have to be...
Have it.
I told you the screen was coming.
Fires the 3. That won't go. Murray with the basketball. His guys down big.
Hey, good contest.
Short jumper off the mark. And scores.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Murray with... Deep 2 there. Won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Martin into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Lets it fly from long range. Not that time. Fournier to Mo Bamba. And the rebound belongs to Denver. Denver ball right now. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. To Will Barton. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. From long range. Creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the Nuggets, number 7, Trey Lyles.
For 3. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is and we all know he is.
Here comes the screen. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Fournier. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball, let him prove that it wasn't the D, it was more in his own head.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
To Fournier. Here's a chance from long range. Evan Fournier shakes free. Tough shot from downtown.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Now a steal as the Magic have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Mo Bamba. Shot from the lane won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Will Barton. Fires the three. Message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Knocked loose. And that one out of bounds off a nugget. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Subbing in for the Nuggets.
Cruises inside for two.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Fournier. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Evan Fournier on an island. Wide open. He knocks it down from three.
Safe to say, it's imperative for every team that when a play breaks down, you have to give the ball to somebody who can do his thing. That's what Evan Fournier brings to the table, averaging 18 points per game last season.
Barton to Jokic. From the painted area, won't go down. In the front court, it's Augustine. His guys hold a commanding lead. Active fans to stay with it. We'll get a jump. After the tie-up, they're in position for the jump ball. Gordon. To Fournier.
Go get it. Go get it. Double, double, double. I got your help.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
To Jokic. No good. To Gordon. The pass set it all up.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To Millsap. Driving right to the basket. He cruises in for two. Too easy.
Stepping east, then stepping west, and laying the ball right down the line.
Covering all areas of the map. To Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. To Jokic. Slam dunk Will Barton.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Screen coming. To Aaron Gordon. Short jumper won't go down. The follow won't go either. Murray into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Jokic. Oh, it's going the other way. 5 seconds. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. 4-3. Another chance. Vucevic. And count the basket inside.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Millsap. Won't go. They work it down to Gordon. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Aaron Gordon at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Whoops. That won't go. To Vucevic. Deep left corner. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Millsap. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
33. That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Martin.
First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Jamal Murray. Rebound comes to Vucevic.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Barton to Thomas. Here comes the screen. Denver with 4 to shoot to Thomas. Beyond the arc for 3. Rebounded by Orlando. Screen coming.
Here coming left.
The Magic secure the victory as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Magic were merciless in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Orlando Magic. The Nuggets really lost big in this matchup, and you can tell it was tough on them. And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Field goals.
The Denver Nuggets were terrible with their shooting, and I'm pretty sure that's not news to anyone that's out there. What will become news, however, is if their poor shooting starts to create turmoil within the team.
Player of the game. Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Check out the upcoming games for the Orlando Magic. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.